It's June 18th. I'm out at the farm again. I've already worked for 7 or 8 hours plus. I need a break. Probably will finish up some shit, but for now I'm going to chop and saw some. I'm going to run a chip line here just to do something different to begin with. Yeah. Got to do a couple single cuts just to get the blood flowing. And those little hits in the underhand did absolutely nothing. I just wanted to get that log off and put a few hits in some pretty white oak. So, yeah, shitty saw to start out with. Lacking motivation today, but who cares? I got a very dry log on top, and I'm going to climb on the same holes on the sketchy stuff that I did before. I'm not going to turn the tree until I got someone to help me do it. And then, but I'm going to cut this log on top. It's a dry 11-inch pine. I'm using a axe that needs reground, and so I'm just having fun. This is me just embracing it, learning to swing again on top. This past spring, I remembered something, and this was after I came back from being at Gerald's. And I've been trying to kill the log for 4 or 5 years now, and I'm not being very successful at it. I've made a few good cuts here and there, but I've been slowly remembering how to let it happen. And for those of you who have read The Inner Game of Tennis, letting it happen is a wonderful expression that basically sums up how you need to let the axe strike the log. There are some axemen, Braden Meyer, for example, does it amazing. And a bunch of the guys in Queensland, I've actually just observed it and unfortunately, when you get a little long in the tooth, such as myself, you have a tendency to try and relive that past glory, and then that makes you want to try and purposely hit the log harder. You don't have to do that. What you do need to do is make the delivery better. And by doing that is all about act speed. However, the letting it happen part is what happens with your hands at the very end of the stroke, or the very end of the swing. And I've got a big white oak up now, and this is me trying to remember to let it happen. And I'll put a softwood up after this and see if I got the energy to cut it. But letting it happen is extremely important, not only in chopping, but also in sawing, but also in life. So, but anyway. Like what I'm saying, straight up, again, I'm old, but be that as it may, I like what I'm seeing. Now I've got a real saw. This is one of my 2Es that JP redid. I'm not sure how many cuts it has on it. The teeth are still good. So it feels really aggressive on this side, and I may need to switch the handle because I never marked this one in regards to which side cuts better. So this will be trainers taking freaking 19-20 strokes, and the other two saws that I've used on this same log have been, I think, 13. So I'll use my regular stance, which is 16 and 48, and see where she goes. Shit. Definitely used the wrong saw at Webster. That thing's fucking cutting. That was 11 strokes. This is the shit you learn when you use decent gear when you train, which is not that fucking often. I've got a 45-inch pine up. I'm using that 66. It's way too heavy for me. I'm just going to cut half and half. I'm not going to go crazy here. I don't know what my intentions are. These are one of the logs that I've had wrapped up for a very, very long time. And so, again, I'm working on that looseness and letting the hits happen. And that's more so for me in the block than the underhand, but it happens more naturally for me in the underhand for some unknown reason. I don't know why, but it does. 41-inch pine. I'm going to use one of my new 42s just to give it a try. Haven't actually used this in competition, so I'm going to see how she goes. I think this is a good piece of wood. So ideally, I would cut this in under 24 hits, ideally. But I'm looking for some groove, some nice and relaxed and enjoying the process. So I'm going to cut a full log on this one. Three hits, It's pretty good log. Cut it fairly well too, honestly. Straight up, nothing wrong with that. Let's go look at the log. Probably a little bit too much slope there in the back, but frankly, not bad for an old guy. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, I got a 45-inch pine. I'm going to use that 66. Somehow I see myself cutting all of this, and what I'm working on is my loose ends and letting it float. So I normally wouldn't try and race a log this big because fucks are hard to find these days, and cutting small logs is much more funner. I don't think I could have cut that much better. That was shit. 24 hits, probably 26, 27 seconds. A couple sticks in there, but it's a big fucking log. Shit. It's good. I'll take it. It's amazing what the axe can do when you don't actually try to force it.